Hello everybody, how you doing and welcome. My name is Lord PeteyTV. As always, we are here to give you news and information about our Mythic Pluses and what to do about them. And we're going to be talking about our next week, which is week 13 of our dungeons and queues and everything like that. So let's go right into it and talk about that real quick. And then after that, we'll talk about the updates and things like that. Some of the couple of things we saw that kind of seemed of importance when it came to our Mythic Pluses and things like that. So our level 4 affix for this upcoming week is Pulsar, which means that the orbs are going to spin around you. You just got to run into them, soak them, and take that. Soaking each buff is going to give you a leech and a mastery buff. And if you don't, it's going to give the enemies a 10% increased damage buff and a 20% damage debuff. Damage taken debuff. So you really, really want to get those. Your level 7 is going to be your Tyrannical, which means bosses are going to have more health. They're going to deal more damage. Your 10, which is your Fortified, which is non-bosses are going to have 20% more health and 20% more damage. And your 12 in your level 12 affix is going to be your Guile, which is going to be the removal of the bargains. And now the deaths are going to cost 15 seconds more. So as I said before, and we've kind of been going through it, a lot of things are kind of changing. A lot of things are happening. These couple of weeks are very important to kind of talk about because working with them and getting them timed these couple of weeks are probably the most important. A lot of people are gearing their characters and maxing out their mythic gear or their hero gear. So please, kind of, if you're going to be working on that stuff, do it. Kind of push to get your 12s done. Be ready for it. Get your gear and get ready to go. And I really hope everybody can end up doing that. So yes. And here are going to be our couple of hotfixes. Now, these are going to be hotfixes. One is from the 22nd, and then another one. Is this the same one? I don't know if this is the same one. So yeah, one is good. One I'm just going to talk about real quick, which is going to be the one that's going to be happening tomorrow, which has got a lot of information on, but I think it is very necessary to talk about. And then the other one that I'm going to talk about is these quick little hotfixes that they did. So the hotfixes they did in this past week is Unholy resolved an issue where certain bonuses could be retained by despawning and respawning the Death Knight's pet. Right Pallies, an issue causes Avenging Wrath to not function properly when talented with Radiant Glory has been resolved. Warlock's Hellcaller fixed an issue where Vile Taint would trigger a Blackened Soul more times than intended. Destruction fixed an issue where crashing chaos could persist after the start of a Mythic Plus run. Horrific vision stuff and some season of discovery things. Okay, and then these are the upcoming class tuning with the weekly reset. Many of them are PvE and PvP. As always, we're going to talk mainly about the PvE changes because that's only what we really work on. So Augmentation Evokers, Nublar Palace 2-piece set increases upheaval damage by 15%, was 30%, and eruption damage by 15% per stack, was 30%. Development notes says, with recent buffs to augmentation personal damage, this older class set became stronger than intended. So something to note. Preservation, healing of all spells and abilities have been increased 4%. Living Flame increased 30%. Spirit Bloom healing 20%. Echo's base healing increased by 100%. This only affects the raw healing, not how strong copied spells are. So that's noted. Survival, explosive shot is increased by 15%. Fury of the Eagle damage has been increased by 25%. Frost Mages, all damage increased 3%. Holy Paladin, Lightsmith, Blessing of the Forge healing increased by 15%. Lightsmith, Hammer and healing and Anvil healing increased 20%. Priest, Shadow. Psi Link now causes direct damage to inflict 35% of damage dealt to targets affected by Vampiric Touch, was 30%. Halo damage has been increased 30%. Void Weaver, Entropic Rift damage has been increased 12%. Subtlety Rogue has been increased an overall 5%. Resto Shaman, Farseer Elemental Reverb now increases Riptide healing by 20%, was 10%. Farseer Maelstrom Supremacy now increases the healing of Healing Wave, Healing Surge, Wellspring, Downpour, and Healing Chain by 25%. Farseer, offering from beyond, now reduces the cooldown of Riptide by 3 seconds, was 2 seconds. Farseer primordial capacity now increases maximum mana by 10%, was 5%. Farseer Hydro Bubble absorption increased by 25%. Farseer Hydro Bubble now lasts for 15 seconds, was 10. Destruction Warlock. These are all Diabologists. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Ruination damage increased 35%. Wicked Cleave damage increased 15%. Chaos Salvo damage increased 15%. Fellseeker damage increased 15%. Gloom of Nazartha now causes enemies marked by your Havoc to take 7% increased damage from your single target damage, was 5%. Arms Warriors, Whirlwind damage increased 100%. Fury, Whirlwind damage increased 120%. Thunderclap damage increased 25%. Odin's Fury increased 30%. Mountain Thane's Thunder Blast damage increased 25%. Okay, so that, and then the rest of the stuff is just PvP stuff. So now you guys all kind of have an understanding of what's going on with this week and how things are changing and so on and so forth. So good luck, everybody. I hope everyone has a great week, a great vault, and everything. I'm sitting a little lower than normal. My chair broke, so I'm trying to figure out that one. But overall, everything is going well. Thank you all for hanging out and checking out our videos here at PeteyTV. As you know, I am on Twitch and YouTube every single Monday through Friday. Please come check us out. Hit subscribe, follow, join, whatever you are looking to do it on any platform. If you're looking to support the channel, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dream big, keep gaming, and I'll see you all soon in the channel. Bye, everybody.